And after that, the Abba got up and went to meditate. What a beautiful response that was. What's done is finished. That way, you can actually find a bit of peace in life. Because if you want all your souls to be finished, if you want all your jobs in the house to be complete, if you want all your letters and emails to be replied to, before you stop and give yourself a bit of peace of mind, you will never find peace of mind. Because there's always more things to be done. Isn't that the case, as I've often said? The only place in our modern societies you find people resting in peace is where? In the cemeteries, when it's too late to enjoy it. So I say, R.I.P. now, where you can enjoy it. So I'm making that observation. The only time you can find some peace is actually to realize what's done is finished. The past is gone. Let it go. Sometimes people think, oh no, it's important to remember the past. And because you keep on carrying around that past, you will never find any peace of mind. Sometimes people really think that they should make amends for all the terrible things they've done. I haven't seen this because I don't watch TV, but apparently there was a TV show called something about Earl, or I'm called Earl or something. And the TV show was about this fellow who, he must have become a Buddhist or something, because he had all this idea of karma, done all these terrible things in his life, and he was apparently going around trying to mend his bad karma by trying to sort of find out all these people and just do the right thing by them. I'm not sure. Is that the right name of it? I'm called Earl or something? My name is Earl. Okay. I think some of you may have seen that TV show. And is that what you have to do to find some peace? To right all those wrongs you've done in the past? And of course, sometimes it's endless, which is probably why that show is having many, many reruns. And of course you don't have to do that to fix up all of the past. It's only when we are burdened with the past we think we have to pay off all those debts, rather than just writing a line underneath them and letting them all go. What a wonderful thing it would be to be able to do that. And why not? You know what that's called? It's called forgiveness. One of the great things about spirituality, with a sign that you're actually in a place which is teaching true spirituality, and I don't care what it's called, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam or whatever, real spirituality can be measured by how much it can forgive, and how it encourages forgiveness and letting go of the past. I was once asked in Singapore, how many times should you forgive? And I replied, always one more time. Which means forever. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to do. Now of course you can forgive other people. Well, some of you can. Sometimes you think there's some things a person has done, they don't deserve forgiveness. What's the opposite of forgiveness? Revenge. There's only those two. You either forgive or you want revenge. You want to hurt them. You want to give them a lesson. Make them pay. That word which I said, how many times should you forgive? Always one more time, was a quote which people put in a calendar. And because I was giving all these quotes, they asked for some more quotes. And I said about forgiveness, always one more time. The quote which never got in the calendar, and I don't know why, it's one of my best quotes which I'm most happy about, is, you don't need to seek revenge, because karma will get the bastards anyway. I don't know why they didn't like that. Because I'm using the vernacular, and you all use that word at home, but it means that people remember it. So why do you need to seek revenge? There's seeking revenge doesn't help the other person, and actually it cripples your happiness. You never find peace of mind when you want revenge for whoever has hurt you and harmed you. And the wonderful thing is that you can forgive. It's allowable to forgive. You are praised for forgiveness, and you grow through forgiveness. It's a wonderful thing to be encouraged. It's a spirituality, in the spiritual way of things, the more that you can forgive, the richer and more you're respected. The richer you are and the more you're respected, the more you can have forgiveness. And you all know that because forgiveness is one of the most beautiful things you could ever see. And there are many, many acts of forgiveness. I've told many stories of forgiveness. You may have your own wonderful stories of forgiveness. But those acts of forgiveness, what's that? Maybe I don't know the last time I told a story about that. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa, just after apartheid was dismantled, and Nelson Mandela was made the president of that country. Instead of seeking revenge, instead of punishing all those people who punished him, he, with Desmond Tutu, established the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, a brilliant way of dealing with the past. At this commission, anybody who had done what would be a crime was able to go to this commission and in front of everybody else to confess honestly what they'd done. And as long as they truthfully said the horrendous thing which they did, they would be given amnesty. You're just being honest, admitting they would be forgiven. And that's exactly just what I learnt in Buddhism so many years ago, which these days, so people can remember these things, I've called the AFL code, which many of you know, the acknowledge, forgive and learn. Acknowledge, forgive and learn from it. That's all one needs to do. That's basic Buddha's teachings. Call it AFL because that's the Australian Football League. People can remember those words. AFL, acknowledge, forgive, learn. And that's exactly what they were doing with the Reconciliation Commission. Acknowledging what they'd done in public and receiving forgiveness. Everyone could learn from it. And one of the most moving events, it was most moving but typical of many things which happened in that Truth and Reconciliation Commission, was when one of the South African policemen was recounting how he tortured and killed a black African activist, an activist from the ANC, in front of the man's widow. Can you imagine this scene? There was a woman whose husband had disappeared probably in the middle of the night, and she suspected what might have happened, but never knew the true story. And now she was facing the man who was confessing in detail how he tortured and killed the husband of this woman, the father of her children, the one she loved. And apparently, if I remember accurately, this police officer, this white police officer, was shaking, trembling, as he recounted the details of what happened, facing the wife of the man he'd murdered. At the end of his testimony, the wife rose from her seat and went for him. The guards were supposed to stop her, but they froze. She went for him, and murdered her husband, and put her big black arms around him, hugged him, and said, "I forgive you." Not just those two people, but apparently the whole room wept.